Atma Jyotis, divine light of self. I welcome all of you for today's session, today's satsang. Mandukya Karika. Let us offer our respects to all the realized masters, Guru Parampara, Sadashiva Samarambam, Shankaracharya Madhyamam, Asmadacharya Paryantam, Vande Guru Paramparam, Shruti Smriti Purananam, Alayam, Karunalayam, Namami, Bhagavat Padam, Shankaram, Loka Shankaram, Akhanda Mandalakaram, Vyaptam, Yena Characharam, Tat Padam, Darshitam Yena, Tasmai, Shri Gurave Namaha, Om Sadguru Devaya Namaha, Om Sadguru Devaya Namaha, Om Sadguru Devaya Namaha. Mandukya Karika is a beautiful text teaching the essence of Advaita Vedanta, written by Gauda Padacharya, Guru of Sri Shankaracharya's Guru, Paramaguru of Shankaracharya, Gauda Padacharya. Sri Shankara's Guru was Govinda Padacharya. Govinda Padacharya's Guru was Gauda Padacharya. It explains the essence of Advaita Vedanta in a direct way. The beauty of Mandukya Upanishad is, do not look for spiritual experience. Realize what you are experiencing is spiritual. The other way. So people are looking for spiritual experience, some special experience. Realize what you are experiencing is spiritual. That means the spirituality is being brought to the common masses by Mandukya Karika. Otherwise, spirituality, we think that is exclusive domain of some people who are very, very highly evolved. It's not for us. Spiritual life is for all of us. Every person is going through spiritual experience. We are not able to recognize it. Moment to moment, every moment of your life is spiritual. In our illusion, we have divided life into two, spiritual and material. Two parts of life. There's no two life, spiritual and material. There's only life, one divine life. Life is neither spiritual nor material, it's divine, one whole life, Advaita. Non-dual. So that is being brought out very beautifully in Mandukya Upanishad. Called Turiya, beyond waking state, dream state, deep sleep state. So people start looking for a Turiya and they'll miss the Turiya because Turiya is not a state. Turiya is what you are. Turiya is life. So a great actor acts like a beggar, acting of a beggar, or a rich man, or a policeman. Okay. So when he acts like a beggar, he is so involved, he feels that he is suffering. He goes to mental delusion and he gets to psychiatrist treatment. I'm so poor, nobody's helping me. The psychiatrist says, don't worry. Okay. You are not a beggar. You are the actor. So then where should I find the actor? He starts searching for an actor. You don't have to find it. You are the actor. So we don't start searching for Turiya somewhere. You are the Turiya. In our illusion, we'll start looking for some Turiya somewhere. No. In the waking state, you are Turiya. In dream state, you are Turiya. In deep sleep state, you are Turiya. Others, so I started for meditation. I had a wonderful experience of spiritual experience. And all of the 24 hours a day, I'm going through all material experience. Realize your Turiya in the waking state, dream state, deep sleep state. That is called Turiya realization. Not looking for a state called Turiya. Turiya is not a state. One day I'll get enlightened. It won't happen. Because already what you are is reality. One place I'll get enlightened. I'll go to some place, Himalayas or mountain or a cave, and I'll get enlightened. You will not. Because you are not looking for some object. You are not looking for a place. You are looking for yourself, which is already there now, here and now. Here and now you are Turiya. You don't have to become Turiya. All that you have to do is remove illusion. What you are. Or wrong understanding. What you have. Instead of calling illusion, I'll say wrong understanding. It's okay. Leave it. Okay. So today we are going to speak. Good. Analyzes our three states of consciousness: waking state, dream state, deep sleep state. Jagrata, Swapna, Sushupti. By looking at these three states, we can understand our real nature. What we are trying to, our spiritual journey is a wrong understanding that I'm a human being. I want to have a spiritual experience, which is false. I'm a spiritual being having a human experience. Understand? So if you understand what is human experience, then you understand I'm spiritual being only. You don't have to realize spiritual being is here, Turiya. You're already Turiya. So our journey will be false journey. When I say I'm a human being, I want to realize God. I want to become one with God. It's a false journey. It is not true journey. Because you cannot be separate from God. A wave can never be separate from ocean. If you start with a false assumption, false understanding, your journey will be false only. Mandika says, you are in the waking state, dream state, deep sleep state, three states. In deep sleep state, you are Turiya. Why? In deep sleep state, do you exist? Yes, I exist. Are you blissful? Yes. Are you aware? Yes, I am aware that I am blissful. That's called Sat Chit Ananda. I exist, Sat. I am blissful, Ananda. I am bliss. I am saying I am blissful, I am bliss, Ananda. Are you aware? Yes, I am aware. Otherwise, how will I wake up? How will I tell I am blissful when I wake up? Sat Chit Ananda. It's called Brahman, pure awareness in deep sleep. Don't look for any special state. Your deep sleep state itself is special. Now, that deep sleep state, what you are, is called Pratyeka Atma, innermost self. That's what you are. So, Advaita experience, I want to have Advaita experience, I want to have, my dear, every day you are having Advaita experience only, deep sleep. Have to become one with God, you are already one with God. Then what God you are searching? So that's why what you are in deep sleep is called Pratyeka Atma, that's represented by I, capital I. So the capital I is there in waking state, dream state also, as a background. But what will happen? Ego will come into picture. Body and mind and world appears like a movie, cinema. Then you identify the movie. Then you say, I am a Jiva. Who has forgotten here? Pratyeka Atma has forgotten. Because ego has appeared. So you can imagine Pratyeka Atma is like a person and he is putting glasses called red glasses. And world appears to be red. He has forgotten that the world is nothing, world thinks world is red. So Jiva, when it's superimposed on Pratyekatma thinks the world is, Pratyekatma thinks, gets a wrong understanding of the world. Who is trying for liberation? Pratyekatma is trying for liberation. So Pratyekatma combination, Jiva is trying for liberation. Pratyekatma with ego is trying for liberation. Ego is not trying for liberation. Ego is not an entity. Ego doesn't have existence of its own. Ego plus Pratyekatma is called Jivatma in our language. Jivatma is trying for liberation because Jivatma remembers I am Pratyekatma somewhere deep inside. I want to be free. I want to be peaceful, like why you was in deep sleep. We are understanding the illusion that ego is trying for liberation is false. Then you'll never get it because ego is temporary. A temporary entity, how can we look for liberation? A temporary entity in association with the Atma, Pratyekatma, is the one who is looking for liberation. It's called Jivatma. Jiva doesn't look for liberation. Jiva has forgotten that I am Pratyekatma. But Pratyekatma plus Jiva combination, this is somewhere the feeling that I have to be free. That's called Jivatma. Jivatma is looking for liberation. Jivatma has to realize that I am the Atma. I am the Pratyekatma. Atma has nothing has happened. Pratyekatma, what is my nature? In deep sleep, I am not a doer, not an enjoyer, not a knower. Akarta, abhokta, adnata. That's my nature. And that's where I am blissful. In the waking state, bliss is forgotten. But I exist is there. In waking state, I feel that I exist. I know I am aware. So Sat and Chit is evident in the waking state. Only Ananda is missing in the waking state. Ananda is become more available to us when in deep sleep or when your mind becomes silent. Ananda is missing because mind is noisy. Noise, the mind comes down, you will have Ananda also. Satchidananda, in the waking state, you realize. How to reduce the noise in the mind in the waking state is the sadhana. So if you are looking for, I want to make my mind noise free, you will never get it because mind you cannot catch. Mind is appearance. So whatever sadhana should be, my nature is already Ananda. Mind is an appearance. When it appears in the waking state, it disappears in the deep sleep state. So appearance is not real if you understand, your mind will go naturally silent. Instead of making the mind forcefully silent. All your sadhana is a waste when you try to make your mind forcefully silent. Or you say, I want silent state of mind. There's no such thing called silent state of the mind. Because mind itself is not real. Silent state of mind is called no mind. No mind is not real. No mind is Atma only. So you have to say, Atma is my nature. Mind is appearance. And what is appearance? You don't have to worry about it. Relax. Then you're free. What are you trying to do? My mind is agitated. I want to make my mind silent. Arey Baba, show me the mind here. There's nothing called mind. It's just but a bundle of thoughts. Appear and disappear. What appears and disappears? How can you make it silent? You cannot. You have to understand the appearance is not real. What is real is I am the real. Atma. I am the Turiya. So Mandukya Upanishad says, everybody can realize Turiya, Atma in the, if you understand waking state, dream state, deep sleep state. Pratyekatma is there in all the states. Do not look for a Pratyekatma separately. Then what is required for us? We have to understand the Pratyekatma, what we call as Pratyekatma, is the nothing but Jivatma. It is associated with the body and mind. The Atma is not changed. Because I am identifying with Jiva, I am getting illusion. So that's where I show it like this. So Pratyekatma in deep sleep state is Brahman, pure awareness. Okay. Pratyekatma in the waking state is an extrovert knower. The problem comes with the knower. Okay. Pratyeka Atma in the deep sleep state is a covert knower. That means he has the ability to know, but he has no instrument of knowing. Buddhi is not there, mind is not there. Okay. The same covert knower will become extrovert knower because mind and body appears in the waking state. Same Pratyeka Atma becomes introvert knower in the dream state. It's called Taijasa. In the waking state, it's called Vishwa. In the dream state, it's called Taijasa. Right? So now, the knower says, I am the doer. Kartaham. Who says Kartaham? The knower. Who is knower? Pratyeka Atma plus Buddhi, intellect. Combination. In the waking state, intellect has come up. Buddhi has come up. The moment Buddhi comes up, you are becoming knower. And becoming a knower, the knower says, I am the doer. Because when you do something, you have to do through the body. Understand? Then instead of thinking that I am the knower, using the body as doer, I am knower using the body as doer. I say I am the body. I'll give you an example. Body is like a car, vehicle. Okay. So you are using the vehicle. When you are using the vehicle, I am going at a high speed. You are not going at high speed. Car is going at high speed. Now you have become car only. When your body is working, you say, I am working. The knower is not a doer. Knower is using the body for doing. I am going very fast when you are driving car. You are not going fast here. Car is going fast. How did you become car? The knower identifies with the body and says, I am the doer. The problem is with the knower because he has forgotten that I am the Atma, Pratyeka Atma. He says, I am the doer. And doer is a karta. No. If you are a driver, you are not a car. You are not the knower is next step here. If you are a driver, you are not a car. It is knower who is identified with the body. Knower is nothing but Pratyeka Atma for Buddhi. Together is identified with the body. Who is identified with the body? Pratyeka Atma plus Buddhi. Pratyeka Atma itself doesn't identify. Pratyeka Atma is not a knower, not a doer, not a enjoyer because there is no instruments. Pratyeka Atma in the waking state is called Jivatma. Jiva is first level Buddhi. So Jivatma says, I am the doer when he identifies with the body.
Body also works because of Pratyeka.
Confused, my Papa. Without a knower, Pratyeka Atma plus body can do anything. Knower comes first. The problem is with the knower. Knower takes the position of doer and forgets that he is a knower, forgets that he is a Pratyeka Atma. Right? So now, knower has taken the position of doer. It is like saying, I am driving fast. The driver says, I am driving fast. That means driver has taken the position of car. Huh? He feels Allah. He is, I am the car. Huh? Listen carefully. Don't jump. Listen carefully what I say. Don't jump and commentary. Listen carefully till I complete. So Pratyeka Atma plus Buddhi has become knower. And knower has a problem. Knower doesn't know I am Pratyeka Atma. Okay? Why knower doesn't know I am Pratyeka Atma? Knower thinks only waking state is important. Deep sleep is not important. Knower's whole life is centered on waking state. Deep sleep, you are not. Deep sleep, what is deep sleep? Nothing is there in deep sleep. Okay? That nothing is there, I am there, he doesn't understand. So that's why ignorance is there, is the knower. Gnata. Pratyeka Atma is not Gnata. Now, entire spiritual journey is educating the knower, Atma Dnana. It cannot be educating doer. So knower takes the position of I am the doer. Then when I do something, something good will happen, something bad will happen. Then I am enjoyer. I am happy. The doer takes, instead of doer now, he has become enjoyer. Right? Karma will give karma phala. And I am enjoyer. So now when the moment you become enjoyer, some good result will come, bad result will come. You say, oh, this is very good. I'll do it again. So he'll record it. It's called vasana. Then he'll forget I am the Atma. Again do something. I'm going to give example of car driver, right? Car driver, I'm going to very high speed. I am going in high speed. You are not going in high speed. You are sitting in the car is going in high speed, you forgot. Is sitting in the vehicle called body and says, I am the doer. Then some result will come, positive or negative. Then I become enjoyer. Then I'll make a note in my diary. Very nice experience. I'll do it again. That's called vasana. Huh? Vasana is nothing but memory, record. Yes. So you enjoy it. Now he has become enjoyer, bhokta. Okay. So first is knower, then doer, then enjoyer. Now who has to be educated here? Knower has to be educated. The problem is with the knower. Okay. Understand? Who is knower? Pratyekatma plus buddhi is called knower. Pratyekatma minus buddhi is deep sleep state. No education. Isn't it? Pratyekatma plus buddhi is knower. And education has to happen to buddhi. Who are you? When you ask the question, who are you? I am the one who is in deep sleep state. Pratyekatma. You have to realize. Two realizations are there. One is I am in the Pratyekatma who is in deep sleep, and Pratyekatma itself has appeared as the world, Brahman. Atma darshanam, Brahma darshanam, Brahma darshanam, Satya darshanam. So I have to realize, the Jivatma has to realize, Jiva is the Buddhi, Buddhi with reflected conscience, Chidabhasa. Buddhi cannot operate. Buddhi plus Chidabhasa is Jiva. The Jivatma does the search, not Jiva. Okay. So what you have to do? I am not a doer. I am not an enjoyer. I am not a knower also. In deep sleep, no, I am not a knower. Naham karta, naham bhokta, naham nata. Very clear? So how do you do that? By negation process. Positively, you don't have to find out. I am seeing the world as red. Oh, remove the red glasses. Then what is there? My eyes, I don't have to see. Eyes are already there. Pratyekatma. Negation process is the way. In the dream state, in the waking state, it becomes extroverted knower. External world, it says. In the dream state, I say dream world. Introverted knower. Who is the dream? Who becomes that? Pratyekatma plus buddhi. Buddhi has Chidabhasa. Intellect eliminated by Chidabhasa is called buddhi. And how does Chidabhasa come into intellect? Because of Pratyekatma. Pratyekatma's presence eliminated the Chidabhasa, buddhi, reflection. So this combination is what is trying for liberation, not just ego. Very clear? So now, the knower takes the position of doer and enjoyer. For whom is the education? For the knower. Who are you really is the question being asked for the knower. That's why Atma Jnana gives mukti, liberation. Jnana alone liberates because of this reason. Others, without knowing this, we keep on searching for mukti everywhere. In the Himalayas, in the cave, in the temples. The problem is Adnana for the knower. What does knower doesn't know? What knower has to know? My nature is deep sleep state. My real nature. That's your Atma. That's why Ekatma Pratyasaram, last sloka. Ekatma, one self is there in Pratyasara means the word called I, thought called I. Essence of that is Ekatma, one self is there in the waking state, dream state, deep sleep state. In fact, you have Atma done already. I slept. I had a very good sleep. I was blissful. I woke up. What is that I? One was in that deep sleep you existed. That I is the Atma. And that I is called Brahman. That's why I am Atma, Brahma. The Rishi touches his chest and says with confidence, I am Brahman. In deep sleep, you are already Brahman. There's no world, there's no duality there. Then who has to know this? The waking state person has to know. What he has to know? Waking state person is knower. The knower has to know, I am Brahman. I am Pratyagatma. First he has to know, I am Pratyagatma. To know I am Pratyagatma is called Atma Darshanam. And then he has to know, I am Brahman. That deep sleep character has become the whole world. Appeared as a whole world. So I am the world. You have to realize. Atma Darshanam, Brahma Darshanam. Brahma Darshanam, Satya Darshanam. So you have to realize fully. Many people don't understand this. They say, become a Sakshi, then you will become Pratyagatma. You are not gone to Brahma Darshana. Full realization is not happened. The realization has two dimensions. To realize I am the Atma, I am the Pratyagatma is called I am the Sakshi. And the Sakshi is called Brahman, totality is the next level. So then this duality goes. If you just remain as Sakshi, then you say, I have realized myself. I am not interested in life. Life is boring. Life is dull. I have lost interest in life. Because you have realized only you are a Sakshi. Sakshi has no interest in life now. Sakshi is witnessing everything. You have not realized that you are the world. I am Brahman. Sarvam Khalida Brahma is not realized. If you are the entire thing is entire world is yourself, how can there be boredom? You are full of love, full of joy. So realization has two dimensions. The peace and love. When you realize I am Sakshi, there's a peace. Because I am not suffering with the economy. That's not complete realization. I am everything. That's love. Many people stop at I am peace. Then what you see? Nothing to be done. The world is such a boring place. What is there in the world? Nothing is there. Because you have started the assumption that Jagat Mithya. Okay, Shankaracharya says Jagat Mithya, world is unreal. Okay. Then he says Brahma Satya. You realize Brahman. Then he says, comes to next line, which is people always conveniently forget it. Jagat is Brahman. Jiva Brahmaiva Napara, I am Brahman is realized. Then Jagat is also Brahman. That part is conveniently forgotten. Then what will happen? You will miss love in life. Overpowering love. Because if everything is in yours, you have only one child, little bit tiny little child. So much of love for the child. Your child. If entire world is yours, Sarvam Khalu the Brahma. Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam, the whole world is my family. If one child is there, so much of love. If the whole world is your family, the trees, mountains, river, alley, everything is love. Where is boredom in life? If you just realize and stop at Sakshi level, the energy level is low. Sakshi is what here? What is meaning of Sakshi? I am the witness. Everything is happening. Okay? And everything is unreal. Is that realization? Next step of that, see Shankaracharya's teachings completely you understand. Jagat Mithya. Okay? Brahma Satya. Jiva Brahmaiva Napara. I am Jiva, I am nothing but Brahma. Jiva means here Jivatma. Jivatma is Brahman. Jiva means not just the word Jiva. Okay? Jivatma is Brahman. Jivo Brahmaiva Naparaha. Right? Then Jagat is Brahman. There is no duality. Inner and outer reality is one. If this realization doesn't happen, you don't experience love. Listen carefully. Advaita means this. If you have your own definition, you keep take it. Okay? Because this is not complete understanding of spiritual truths, I'm saying. Inner and outer is not become one, then how you call it Advaita? Advaita realization is inner peace called Parashanti and total love called Parabhakti. Love for the whole universe is called Parabhakti. Parashanti and Parabhakti. Most of the spiritual teachings you see is a partial teaching. They'll stop at some point. How can be life fulfilled without pure love? A fulfillment life, Purnatva, comes when you experience full love. Love for the totality. Waking state Vishwa, which is Vishwadeva, is nothing but Turiya only. Dream state Tejas Deva is not but Turiya only. Deep sleep state is also Turiya only. But deep sleep state is very close to Turiya because there's no world. But when the world comes up, that world and the experience of the world is nothing but Turiya. There's no duality. Okay? So the total realization, I'll say, please repeat with me. Atma darshanam, Brahma darshanam, Brahma darshanam, Satya darshanam. Okay, now I'll say in English. To realize I am the witness, Sakshi, is called Atma darshanam. To realize I am the universe is called Brahma darshanam. Okay. To realize both is called Satya darshanam. Total realization. Satya darshanam. Total realization. Okay. Next step. If I realize I am Sakshi, Atma darshana gives me peace. Okay. Brahma darshana gives me love. Because I'm connected to everything in the universe. Love and peace is together total realization. Satya. That's called Purnatva. Otherwise, if you just realize Sakshi, you feel disconnected from the world. The purpose of Vedanta is not to make you disconnect from the world. The purpose of Vedanta is to realize that you are the world. Clear or not clear? Understand? Veshti and Samashti, there are no two separate things. There's nothing called wave and ocean. It's only ocean appearing as wave. Totality. Okay. So now what is the problem? The problem, what we are trying to address in spirituality is Pratyeka Atma has a wrong imagination that I am the Vishwa, I am the Taisa, I am Prajna. Pratyeka Atma. Because of superimposition, Buddhi, intellect. Pratyeka Atma imagines I am the Vishwa, Taisa, or Prajna. Waking state, I am the Vishwa, experience the world. Okay. Then I am Taisa, dream state, and I am Prajna in deep sleep state. So first experience is I am individual. Then for the Pratyeka Atma, universal is being pointed out. From individual, you are going to universal. Oh, my dear Pratyeka Atma, you are Vishwa, but Vishwa is a part of the Vishwadeva. Universal experience, not individual experience. All living beings in the waking state, they are experiencing it. Vishwadeva is a collection of all Vishwa, individual Vishwas. And Vishwadeva includes the world also. Because when you wake up, the body and the world appear together. It's a package deal. We start thinking that I woke up in the world. No. The world and body together came up. the totality, single entity. I separate myself from the world and say, I woke up in the world. No. The world and body together appeared. That's why it's called Vishwadeva, universal experience. Universal experience. Vishwa is the individual, Vishwa, individual. Vishwadeva is the universal. Taijasa is the individual. Taijasa Deva is the universal. Pratna Deva is the universal. Pratna is the individual. So, in our experience, we separate ourselves from the totality. Like wave separates from the ocean. Can wave have existence without ocean? But in our illusion, oh, I am the body waking up in the world, which is false. In your dream, you went to Paris. There is nothing called Paris. Your body and Paris appear together. You cannot separate your body from the Paris. You cannot separate your body from Bangalore, waking world. So we have a wrong understanding that our state of consciousness, waking, dream, and deep sleep is in the world. It's wrong idea. The world is in the waking state. World is in the dream state. World is in the deep sleep state. It's the other way. World is appearing in awareness, not the other way. We are thinking the awareness is in the world. No. Consciousness is not in the world. World is in consciousness. So our thinking is ulta pulta. So for whom is the teaching? For the Pratyekatma who has forgotten his nature, not for the ego. Ego is not a teaching. Where is the teaching for ego? Ego will appear and disappear. It's a temporary entity. Ego plus Pratyekatma is called Jivatma. The teaching is given for Jivatma. To realize you are the Pratyekatma. Pratyekatma is Akarta, Abhokta, Adnata is the teaching for the Jivatma. So, the Vedanta teaching is Neti, Neti, Neti. What you are not is taught. Not this, not this, not this. Neti, Neti, Neti. Not this, not this, not this. Because you cannot teach Pratyekatma as an object. In deep sleep, there's no knower. Knower cannot understand deep sleep. How does knower understand deep sleep? Hey, there's nothing in deep sleep. That's the way knower can understand deep sleep. But I am that Pratyekatma. The knower is not required because Atma, when it experiences itself, it's called deep sleep state. Non-dual experience is called deep sleep state. Deep sleep, that Pratyekatma only. Okay. So, Pratyekatma, when Atma experiences itself, it's not an experience in your traditional sense. In your traditional sense, experience means subject-object duality is required. Right? So, if I say, I experience this banana, that means banana is there, I am there, I am enjoying banana. The subject-object duality is there. There's a triputi. So, in the experience of banana, object is there, I am there, and experience is there. But when I am experiencing banana in my mouth, there's no banana and there's no me. Only experience is there. The subject and object have become one. Right? The banana experience will go, mango experience will come. Experience will change. But what doesn't change is knowing. I know banana experience there. I know mango experience there. Knowing it doesn't change. That knowing is Pratyekatma. Understand? The knower, but then he'll say, I am Prabhuji is enjoying banana. The moment I become knower. Knower is my memory. Yesterday I drink a cup of coffee. Day before I ate a mango. That is brought being. So Prabhu ate memory's name and form is brought from memory. When the experience which is the present moment, there's no knower. There's no duality. The knower, no knowledge is not there. Only experience is there. Is it clear? The subject-object duality is not there. Subject-object duality comes in nature when the experience gets ends. Knower is brought in. Oh, knower. See, I know Prabhu. I am the knower. My all records of study of Vedanta, my all record of engineering study, all this brought about. Knower. Or I am the experiencer. Yesterday I ate a mango. Today I am eating banana. Experiencer is brought in. So the knower, experiencer, doer is coming from memory. In the present moment, there's no knower, doer, no, the knower, doer, and enjoyer is not there. Only experience is there. And experience also is temporary, only knowing is there. And knowing is Turiya, Atma. The knower is superimposed on the experience, enjoyer is superimposed on experience, and doer is superimposed on experience based on past experience. When you are doing something, driving something, there's no car, there's no road, there's no me. One seamless entity of experience of driving. In the present moment, awareness, only experience is there. The split of experience, the doer, knower, and enjoyer, or split will happen because of memory. Experience is there. Constant knowing is there. Experience will change. That's why it's mithya. But knowing doesn't change. That's satya. No. See, please understand. The question is present moment. There are two things are happening. Experience and knowing. No. There are no two things. There's only knowing is taking the form of experiencing. If there are two things, again, duality is there. Okay? It's like water takes the form of wave and becomes water. The knowing takes the form of experience and becomes. Understand? Then don't think another duality, don't bring in. Knowing and experience, don't bring in. Knowing appears as experience and disappears. Knowing and experience, you cannot separate out when the experience is happening. Not part of. Knowing appears as experience. Water appears as a wave. Wave is not a part of water. So there's no duality there also. So in the present moment, if you are ever experiencing fully, there's no duality. Okay. The duality comes because of memory. Then knower will come, the doer will come, and I only did it because I only drove the car. Yesterday I also drove the car. Day before yesterday I also drove the car. I am the driver. My dear sir, one who drove the car is the body. Okay. Yesterday's body, day before yesterday's body is not same. Changed. So you are bringing an illusion entity called me and putting into the present moment experience. What was constant in all these is the knowing principle, which is Atma. Knowing appears as experience of mango. Knowing experience as a. So that in that way, knowing appears as hearing. Knowing appears as seeing. Knowing appears as doing. Appears as. But knowing doesn't change. That's why it's called appearance. Appears as. Again, it comes back to knowing only. The knowing is called Brahman, Turiya. It's always same. Common. You have never changed from the Turiya to anything else. Is it clear to all? Don't bring the duality of knowing and experiencing. Knowing and experiencing is one reality. There's the experience, but without knowing, is that experience possible? There's some experience, but knowing is not there. If a sound is there, if the knowing is not there, is there sound? Can you separate from knowing from sound? Knowing itself is experiencing a sound. And it's a temporary. Knowing itself appearing through ear is becoming hearing. Sound will disappear, seeing will come. Knowing appears as seeing. Understand? Seeing disappears and touching will come. The experiences change. Real experience is the knowing in everything. Okay? And a duality is brought in the experience based on memory. Correct? So memory is unreal anyway, because what happened yesterday is not same thing now. So the present moment experience, you get superimposed in the past. It's not two things here. See, the knowing is experiencing sound. Okay. Now knowing takes the form of memory. I am Prabhu who is experiencing. The knowing takes the form of memory. That's why subject comes to the picture. The knowing takes the form of banana, again from memory, then says this is banana. The subject object is the knowing takes the form of that. Without knowing, nothing will happen. Our life. That's why jnana is the only solution for our life. People want spiritual experience. Without understanding, their experience is nothing but knowing. And knowing is mistaken in adnana. Correction has to happen in knowing, not in the experience. Entire life spiritual journey is going on a fast direction to get a new experience. Knowing is the experience. Right? So now, the knowing principle is pratyagatma. Correct, no? It's not a knower. Knowing principle is pratyagatma. Knowing principle becomes knower in the presence of intellect. Understand?
What is this? So, what is
Who is asking the question? Gayatri. Gayatri is the knower. All your past memory record is Gayatri. That's the knower. Intellect takes my memory record and says, I am the knower. All your memory record history is brought in at this moment and says, I am the knower. Your history is not the knower at this moment. Knowing is always now. Knowing is intelligence. Knower is the intellect. Intellect uses the past data. In the present moment, knowing is there. Knowing is the intelligence operating at this moment. You should understand the difference between intelligence and intellect. Intelligence is always in the present moment. Intellect is always about the past record. Okay. So your all memory records are brought, and the experiences say that memory records are not you. See, this is a diary. This is a diary. Okay. I've written a lot of things in diary. Diary is not me. The diary I am started claiming I am. That's called ego. When you are doing something, there's no ego. Ego doesn't come into picture when you're doing. And after doing. That's why I say do karma yoga. When you do karma yoga, there's no ego in the beginning or end. If you're 100% anything, there's no ego. If you're 100% dancing, there's no dancer. If you're 100% music, there's no musician. The musician will come when people do start again clap. Understand? Always this knowing principle. Paramatma only. Always. Turiya only. Brahman only all the time. The moment action is stopped, then that knowing goes to the mind. In the mind, some records are brought, and that's me, we say. Knowing has to know something all the time now. Either know external object or it's know internal. When you know external object, it's called knowing, experiencing. When you bring it to memory, the ego will come into picture. Doer and knower, enjoyer will come. Laboring will come, stamping. Are you clear? See, look at the child, how we experience the life. Okay? Is there a difference between the way a child experiences life and you experience life? How? When the child comes into the room, in no time it will say, hey, it was not there like that last time. See, this is auntie, this is not there, it was last time. Because child is able to notice the sharp eyes, no memory. Right? You know how children notice things? Very sharp. Because they don't have memory. They don't bring something from memory. But what happens to you? The moment you come to the room, memory will come. I have come to this last 10 years, I am coming and listening to lecture of Prabhuji. That memory comes and superimposes. So your experience is cut. As we become old, as we accumulate experience, our life experience itself is becoming dying. We don't experience life. Freshness is gone. Why do you want to go to a new place? I want to go to some travel. I want to go to Iceland. Why? Because this experience, what you are experiencing, memory is coming and saying, this is what I'm experiencing. This is what I'm experiencing. So your experience is gone. You are living in the past. When you live in the past, you are dead. So you want some life. I want to go to a new place. Are you understanding? Otherwise, the place we are living is not the same. Yesterday is different. Today is different. If you are able to look at the place as new with the eyes of the child, it's always new. Your experience gets cut. You see a banana, okay? The moment you see banana, mind will say, I know it, no, it's a banana. All records of banana is brought. But this banana is not the same as yesterday's banana. It's not the same as day before yesterday's banana. Everything in the universe we see is a new one. The newness is gone. Okay? How means what? Huh? You look at your experience, no? Before asking the question, look at your experience, no? So, what you are living is a dead life. You are not living in the present moment. That's why I want to go to Ireland. I want to go to Africa. We want to experience something new because present experience is dead for you. You are experiencing memory only. You are not experiencing anything. So please understand, there are no two things in the universe are same. This banana is not same as this banana. This banana is not same as this banana. But the moment you say it's banana, your experience is cut. You don't even observe what this banana is. So that's why a Gnani, his vision is divine. Because everything for him appears as a fresh, new. He's not labeling immediately. Right? If everything is looked as fresh, new, then life is full of joy and overflowing love. Understand? If you stop at Sakshi level, then everything is Mithya. Dull. Understand? In spiritual journey, we can stop at any level. If you are able to live with a child's eyes, the whole place becomes divine. First you realize kingdom of God is in your heart. Then realize kingdom of God is here and now, everywhere. Inner and outer realization has to be complete. Otherwise, you will end up in a Trishanku Swarga, neither here nor there. Trishanku Swarga is an illustration. There is a king called Trishanku. He comes to Vishwamitra. I want to go to Devaloka. Okay, Devatas are not allowing me because I am not enough punya. Please help me. So Vishwamitra creates a Loka for him, Devaloka. So when he goes to Devaloka, Devatas will push him back. Then he falls. Then Vishwamitra stops him from falling. So he is neither here nor there. He is hanging. He is enjoying something in Loka. That's what is called Sakshi. If you stop at Sakshi. Are you understanding what I'm saying? It's Devaloka only, but in between. Understand what I'm saying and internalize it. Okay. So now, Neti process is the way of negation. Now, if you take Neti very seriously, without teaching of Vedanta very clearly, you will end up in Shunya, nothingness. That's what called Shunyavada. Many people are very good in saying Shunyavada. There's nothing. There's no Ishvara. There's no God. Nothing is there. Okay? The teaching of ends up in nothing. It's called Shunyavada. Turiya is not Shunya. Turiya is fullness. Purnatva. Okay? Unless you realize Purnatva, you end up in Shunyavada. What is the significance of Shunyavada? You end up in, if you end up in Shunyavada, lifeless, joyless, bored, nothingness, Shunyavada, which is false. Vedanta teaches not that. Vedanta teaches Purnatva. What is Vedanta teaching? Repeat. Purnamadaha, Purnamidam, Purnat, Purnamuduchyate, Purnasya, Purnamadaya, Purnamevavashishate. That is Purna, Brahman. This is Purna, world. Purna means Atma. I am Purna. That is Purna realization is called Shanti, Sakshi. This is Purna realization called Brahman. Both are Purna. I am Purna. I am completeness. So that's why Vedantic relation called Sarvatma Bhava. I am the self of all. If you have Sarvatma Bhava, then you understand Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam, whole world is my family. Otherwise, we can stop in our spiritual journey at some point and say, I have realized. Self-declaration. Ego is very good in self-declaration. Okay? I have realized, no, what I'm Sakshi. I'm Sakshi is there, ego. Oh, I'm realized ego is there. Okay? Or I'm bored. Ego is there. In total relation, there's no concept of ego. Inner and outer becomes one. The river has merged with the ocean. There's nothing to say, anything. And when the river has merged with the ocean, there's a joy. Oh, peace and love is the total relation, not just peace. And when peace and love is there, there's the energy, Shakti. Full of energy. Bubbling with energy. And energy comes with action. Ichcha Shakti, Gnana Shakti, Kriya Shakti flows through you. Are you clear? So, many people don't understand the Vedanta teaching. They'll say, not there, not there. Then finally end up in nothingness. Okay? The life of a fully realized person is full of joy, full of love, full of peace. Peace, love, and joy. And full of action. It's not inaction. A realized person is not doer. In the sense, he will not sit in idle in some place. He is a non-doer because in full of action, he is not doer. There's no doer. I'm the doer concept is not there. Many people think that a non-doer concept and say, I'm not a doer, no. I can sit like a rock. It's false. Everything becomes one. Body, mind, intellect, and the world and Atma is one reality. Then you are like a flowing river. Okay. If a partial relation is there, then it will be stagnant. Stagnancy you can see. Flow is missing. Flow of life. So now this is actually people are missing something when neti will end up in shunya. Because this is not possible only in the objective world. In the objective world, if you negate everything, the pure subject is neglected. So somebody is standing in a dark room. Is there a chair? There's no chair. Is there a table? No table. Neti. Who is there in the room? Nobody. Alright, how can there be nobody? You are there. Huh? How can you negate yourself? You are there. Right? Similarly, when you negate everything, neti, the pure awareness, Brahman remains. You cannot negate that pure awareness, pure existence. The negator cannot negate himself. Negator can negate everything objective other than me. That's why people say, I meditated. There's blankness. Or blankness is there. One who knows blankness is you. Whole negation process is the subject itself is fully revealed. The one who negator remains. The negator, objectification of the negator is gone. But pure subject called negator is there. That's why Vedanta is not teaching Shunyavada, emptiness. There are many teachings of emptiness today. Vedanta is not teaching emptiness. Vedanta is teaching fullness. You are that fullness which remains after. Why I am full? Because everything in the world, Purnamadaha Purnamidam. This world has come from that Purna. So when you open your eyes, you are seeing yourself in the form of the world. Purnatva. How can you be Apurna? No, world is mithya. It's a good point to start. But then you have to realize the world is satya as myself, Atma. Duality has to go. Do you understand what I'm saying? Jagat is Brahman. Trace of duality has to go. The sign of duality is there. Life becomes boring. Life becomes dull. Life becomes meaningless. Love, peace, total realization of total love, total peace. Total love is called Parashanti. Total peace is called Parabhakti. And that's called realization of Satya. Truth. Advaita. So Neti process without teaching of Vedanta will end up in nihilism. That's what happens to scientists. Oh, we start with a object. What is there? Atom is there. Molecule is there. Go deeper, and there's a vacuum. They call it vacuum, quantum vacuum, nothing is there, they'll say. They don't realize that Atma is there. Ultimately, all scientists are coming to a practically dead end point, saying that nothing is there. Vacuum. Without teaching of backing of Vedanta, if you go, you'll end up in vacuum. Shunyavada. Okay. So now, it's like you're seeing a snake on the rope. Oh, it's not a snake. It is not a snake. It appears like a snake. Remove the snake in your imagination through jnana. Then what remains? Rope remains. Imagination you remove, what remains is Satya. Imagine the world you remain. Imagine is name and form. Name and form always comes to memory. Memory you remove. Then present moment experience is Brahman experience. Non-dual. Advaita. Any experience is non-dual when you are experiencing it. Mithya, when they say, Nama Rupa only is Mithya. Name and form is being superimposed on present moment experience. Vishwa is nothing but Turiya only. So if you understand Vedanta thinking a little bit this way, that way, you will end up in either Shunyavada or everything is unreal. That's not the purpose of Vedanta. So now, next question will come. So is Turiya supporting all this Mithya Jagat? Turiya is supporting Mithya Jagat? No. Turiya is not supporting Mithya Jagat. The appearance is non-existent. It's only imagination. Okay. So imagination is possible. Okay. In the objective world. Rope you can imagine a snake. Right? A non-existent rope you cannot imagine as a snake. Turiya is not manifest reality at all. Turiya is unborn, knowing principle. The world is mithya. The mithya world is supported, it's an object, it is supported by another objective reality, not the pure awareness. Turiya or beyond three, waking state, dream state, deep state, is not support of Mithya Jagat. Because to support Mithya Jagat is objective reality. Right now. Objective reality cannot be supported by pure subject, which is not objective reality. I can mistake something. I can mistake a rope for a snake. We'll come to it. Listen logic properly. Okay. I'll give you like example. I'm saying gold appears as, but gold is not supporting bangle and necklace. Gold is not creating bangle and necklace.
So gold.
Without gold, it's not there, but gold is not making the world appear to you. Gold itself is appearing as rope. It's the Turiya Atma is appearing as the world.
Without rope, snake.
Rope is object. Snake is object. Turiya Atma is not object. Turiya Atma is not object. So here object subject confusion is coming when the Turiya Atma is mistaken as a world. Subject object confusion is coming. We'll find out why that confusion is coming. First understand Turiya Atma is always Turiya Atma. Just not Turiya Atma is not supporting a Mithya world. Mithya world is appearing in Turiya Atma. Listen, okay. So now I can find a rope by saying snake is not rope. Remove the snake, then rope remains. Because it's object. Rope is object. So remove the world, Turiya Atma is there, you cannot teach. Neti, neti, neti will not lead you to Turiya Atma. Because it's not an object which remains after that. It's a pure subject which remains there after that. Understand? See, oh, I'm seeing a snake. Oh, remove the snake, there's no snake, then rope will be there because I can see the rope. Rope and snake are both available for perception. Turiya Atma is not available for perception. Neti, neti, neti will not clearly lead to Turiya Atma because Turiya Atma is not an object. See, people think that by doing neti, 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 without help of Vedanta, I'll get Atma Dhnana. It's impossible. It's not like removing snake from the rope. If you remove snake from the rope, you see the rope because both are available for sense perception. Turiya Atma is not available for sense perception. So, Tattvamasi teaching of Vedanta is required to realize that Turiya Atma is myself. I'm saying any practice without understanding the Apaurusheya Vakya of Vedanta will not lead to truth. Others will end up in nihilism, Shunyavada. Others will end up in Shunyavada. So, no, I don't need Vedanta, no. I'll say negate everything. That's exactly what scientists are doing. Negate, negate, negate. Then what remains? End up in Shunyavada. Vedanta is required to tell you what remains after negation is Turiya, that is Atma, that is Brahma, that teaching is required for you. I'm trying to tell the importance of Vedanta. Listen logic carefully. Yaar. Just negation process anybody can do. Neti, neti, neti. Understand? But that doesn't lead to truth. The truth requires a support of Vedanta teaching. That's what I'm trying to tell you. What is so-called atheist? There is no God. That doesn't mean he is negating the God. Doesn't mean that he is leading to truth. Understand? Leading to truth, something else is required. Negation is required and clarity of teaching of Vedanta is required. Otherwise, it will not lead to truth. That's what I'm trying to point out to you. Because truth is not an objective experience. The teaching of Vedanta points to truth. Without that teaching, you'll end up in Shunyavada, or without end up in vacuum, or you say God is not there. Atheist also negating, no? Atheist also is negating. If you end up in negation, what will happen? It's Shunya. And what is there, you have to understand clearly, that is Vedanta. I'm telling the importance of Vedanta. It's not negation, is not like negating a snake on the rope. If you negate a snake on the rope, rope will remain because both are available to sense perception. But if you negate the world, pure awareness remains, which is not object. Without Vedantic knowledge, you will end up in Shunyavada, emptiness, nothingness. That's the reason I said, if you negate world, it's not like negating snake on the rope. After negating snake on the rope, snake remains, which is object. After negating the world, pure awareness remains, which is Brahman. To recognize the Brahman, Tattvamasi teaching is given to you. Otherwise, you'll end up in, like scientists, they'll end up in vacuum, quantum vacuum. Or some other philosopher, you end up in Shunyavada. So now, no. I'll come out with Turiya. I'll understand I'm Turiya. By what? By my, what I call, Anumana. For inference, I'll infer. The world is there. So that should be creator of the world. Inference. Inference will not lead you to Turiya. Because Turiya is not an object. You can, by inference using, there's a fire there, smoke is there, there's a fire is there, because both are sense perceptions. Turiya is not available for sense perception. So inference will fail in Turiya. Then you will say, I'll understand Turiya by Vedanta Vakya. No. Vedanta Vakya cannot show you Turiya. Because Vedanta Vakya only can be a pointer. Turiya is not an object to be pointed. The pointer you have to use to see the pointed, which is yourself. Atma. So can Vedanta show me Atma? No. Vedanta can say negate, and what remains is Atma, it will say up to that point. So your job is to negate and realize I am the Atma. Vedanta itself cannot show the Atma, but Vedanta can point to the Atma, which science or any negation cannot point. Are you getting what I'm saying? Negation process itself is not complete. A pointer is required to reality. Vedanta provides that pointer reality, but pointer itself is not reality. A guru is walking with a dog. Shishya says, how pointer is not pointed? This teaching of spirituality is not realization. So Guru shows, look at the moon. Dog looks at the moon. Dog looks at the finger because it doesn't know what is the word called moon. Understand? So dog looks at the finger. You have to see at the moon. Using the finger, you have to see the moon. That means dog has to understand what is the moon. So that's where realization happens when you understand the implicit meaning of Vedanta Vakya. Tattvamasi, implicit meaning you have to understand, not the words itself. Words cannot show you Atmadana. Words as a pointer, you have to recognize yourself. After negating what all remains, negating, I remain, pure awareness, which is not object. Are we clear? So now, who is supporting the body, mind, intellect in the world? Not the Turiya. Because in Turiya, there is no duality. Right? Pratyagatma is present in the waking state, dream state, deep sleep state. Pratyagatma with ignorance is the support for body, mind, and intellect. And the world. With ignorance. So that's why Adnana has to be removed. Due to the superimposition, Pratyagatma sees things wrongly. The correction has to happen in Pratyagatma. Pratyagatma is Turiyatma only. Nothing has happened to Turiya. Has anything happened to your knowing principle anytime? Nothing has happened. The knower is the problem. And who is the knower? Pratyagatma. With ignorance. Okay. Intellect. So basically what is required? Intellect has to be corrected. Wrong understanding of the intellect has to be corrected. Intellect is always hung upon the past data. Intelligence is always focused on the present moment. Present moment is Brahman only.
Pratyagatma is nothing but Turiyatma. Finally, Turiyatma is always supported. These are all names, various names.
No. Pratyagatma, ignorance can be removed to find Turiyatma. Okay, if you Turiyatma, by negation, what is negation done is at the Pratyagatma level. Listen carefully. Why I am trying to say. Negating a rope Negating snake will result in rope. Both are available to perception. Pratyagatma is available to my experience in deep sleep. Right? So negation has, and world is available in the waking state, dream state. Deep sleep, waking state, and dream state, both are in the same domain of reality. Negation is happening in the same domain of reality to realize they go beyond reality. So when you negate the snake, rope is available because rope and snake both are in the perception domain, on the same level of reality. Understand? So the sleeper and the waker and dreamer are the same level of reality. The negation is happening at the same level of reality. Once you negate the level of reality, you are already in the higher level of reality. Think carefully what I'm trying to say. No, yeah. See, listen carefully what I'm trying to say. No, yeah. I'm trying to say by negation, mere negation, you will not lead to Turiya Atma. Why? Because Turiya Atma is not in the same level of reality. By negation, you can lead, negation of snake will lead to rope because rope and snake are in the same level of reality. Okay? Turiya Atma, Pratyagatma is in the same level of reality as waking state, dream state. Negation of waking state experience, dream state experience will lead to Pratyagatma is the same level of reality as manifest reality. Okay. Now, what is understanding is that the manifest reality is nothing but Turiya Atma. So, negation is happening in the same level of reality as waking, dreaming, deep sleep state. You are not going to another level of reality. In the negation process, you are negating everything in that level of reality. Negation will take you to Turiya Atma, which is not in that level of reality. It means waking up, right? It's like a dreamer. He's dreaming. He's dreaming a forest, a tiger. No, you are not a forest. You are not a tiger. You are not you. You are negating you in the same level of reality, in the dream reality. Then if you negate, then what remains is wake up. Waking up is not in the same level of reality. There are two different levels of reality, right? So, Pratyagatma is support for BMI. Negation is happening at the Pratyagatma level, ignorance. What is required is intellect has to be turned away from superimposition. Wrong ideas, false ideas have to be removed. Then to realize I am Pratyagatman, I am Sakshi. Sakshi is Brahman, has to be realized. Okay. So now the question comes, I have negated everything. Then do you have to realize I am Atma separately, I am Brahman separately? No. When you cut wood with a chop with an axe, it is one cut, one shot will cut you two pieces. No, one piece I should not cut, unprecedented. If you negate with understanding, deeper, clearer understanding Tattvamasi, that negation itself will lead to reality. There's no one more realization is required. You wake up. Result of negation with a clear understanding of Vedanta Vakya, you are already reality. Not different reality. You are already in reality. Okay. This negation process will lead to understanding that I am already non-dual reality. I am non-dual reality Brahman with the experience of the world now, not running away from the experience of the world. With eyes closed, I am Brahman. With eyes open, I am Brahman. So somebody asked a question. Was Ramakrishna Paramahamsa seeing God with his eyes closed? No. Ramakrishna Paramahamsa was seeing God with eyes open or eyes closed. So that is realization. With eyes open, I am Brahman. With eyes closed, I am Brahman. And what is remaining is the world is Brahman with eyes closed or eyes open. The total realization has to happen. Okay. So now there is a question now there is a comment on the Zoom session. Real knowing is the present knowing. Memory cuts off the real experience. Perfect. Real knowing is always new, full of energy flow, negating objects. Real subject is all that is there, including all what appears as objects that were negated. So what was negated was only appearance, but not the truth behind the objects. Yes, sir. Shravan Kumar, you have done Shravana properly. You have become Shravan Kumara. Okay. So basically, when you negate, you are negating false appearance, but what you are experiencing at any point of time is only truth. Appearance only you are negating. The reality we cannot negate. Okay. For example, this is banana. So banana is existence I cannot negate. Existence is already there. So name banana is what I'm negating. Name and form. What is there is existence, which is Brahman. Knowing is taking the form of seeing, hearing, etc. And knowing is memory. Knowing is the experience. Knowing alone exists. Knowing is all Pradhanam Brahma. Okay, correct, Shravan Kumar. Anybody has a question, please?
Hari Om Prabhuji.
Hari Om Vasu.
Prabhuji, the negation aspect is also recommended by Vedanta as the first step.
Correct. Correct.
The very process of negation makes me undisturbed. So makes me undisturbed, and I'm able to see things as they are. Otherwise, there is the mix-up. I'm thinking I'm the body. I mean, any disturbance, somebody is hurting me. Things like that. In that process of negating and standing apart, I'm able to live life fully, isn't it, Prabhuji? Not shunya. It is not boredom. It is full of life.
See,
I'm not able to. Your voice was breaking, Prabhuji. Sorry.
No.
I think it may be my connection also. Let me just. Yeah, it is slightly intermittent. Okay. Yes. So what I was just trying to figure out was the process of neti neti leads me to actually vibrant life, not shunya.
Yeah, because of not of Advaita, I'm trying to say.
Okay.
If you are already full life, I'm okay with that. Purnatva. Okay, Purnatva has two components: total peace and total love. Total absence of everything, total presence of everything. Both are included in that.
Yes, Prabhuji. Yes.
Right?
Yes.
So many people end up in the name of spirituality, many people end up in disconnect from life, which is not complete, I'm trying to say.
Okay. Okay.
If you have ended with full life, it's good. I'm speaking of many pitfalls in spiritual journey.
So wrongly understanding that there is no world.
Wrongly understanding is being denied.
Okay.
Superimposition of the past memory on the present experience is denied. The Vishwa, what you're experiencing, is nothing but Turiya only.
Okay. Yes.
Then when the past is experienced, superimposed, that becomes the world, me, subject and object.
Okay. Okay.
Turiya was there all the time. Turiya is there all the time. Turiya only is there.
Okay. Okay. Prabhuji, one more question. In the Mandukya, there is this mention of Pratyagatma. What relationship it has with Chidabhasa that is mentioned in Drishdrishya Viveka? Are they the same? Because both are in the reflection.
Pratyagatma means Sakshi. Pratyagatma means Sakshi.
Okay.
Sakshi reflected on intellect is called Chidabhasa.
Sakshi reflected on intellect. Okay.
Pratyagatma
Pratyagatma
is
is
nothing but
Sakshi
Sakshi.
as the knower, Prabhuji, or Sakshi as the light?
Pratyagatma is the Sakshi as the covert knower.
Knower.
In deep sleep.
Okay.
Covert knower. It's
Okay.
not active knower because there's nothing to know of that.
Okay.
So that covert knower gets the intellect, which gets Chidabhasa, then it becomes a knower, overt knower in the waking state.
Please repeat, Prabhuji. Please repeat.
The covert knower is a potential knower in deep sleep.
Okay.
Because there's no body, mind, and intellect. Knowing instrument is not there. Object and subject is not there. It's a covert knower. There is a potential knower.
Okay.
The potential knower becomes the actual knower in the waking state.
Okay.
Because intellect comes into picture, buddhi.
Hmm.
And intellect itself is inert. It gets activated by Chidabhasa.
Oh, intellect gets activated by Chidabhasa.
Correct now?
Huh.
So when intellect activated by Chidabhasa, it's called Jiva. Jiva gets superimposed on Pratyeka Atma who has come out from the waking state. So that is called Jivatma. Okay?
Okay, Prabhuji. Okay.
Reflection of
Reflection of Pratyeka Atma is Chidabhasa.
Reflection of
Chitta.
Okay.
Pratyeka Atma in the buddhi is called Chidabhasa.
So Pratyagatma is one level, logically speaking, one level prior to Chidabhasa. It's the knower, and
It
then
is the Sakshi in it is nothing but Sakshi in Jagdashi Viveka.
Okay, Sakshi in okay, Sakshi in Drisya Viveka, then comes the Chidabhasa. Okay.
Correct.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Thank you.
Okay. So anybody else has any questions, please?
Yeah. Prabhuji, Girish here.
Yes.
This neti. So the negator, what happens to the last point to the negator? I missed out, I think, something when I got a call. So I was on a mobile.
So you can listen to the audio completely because there are a lot of discussion done.
Okay.
Okay. I'll tell you simply. Somebody is standing in a dark room. He'll say, there's no chair here. There's no table here. There's nobody here.
Right.
Right. There's nobody here is false because the one who is negating is there.
Okay.
So when you negate everything which is objective, the negator who is pure subject remains.
Okay.
You cannot negate the pure subject who is a negator. You can only negate objective reality.
Okay. Got it.
Okay.
Hari Om. Thank you.
Hari Om. Anybody else have any questions, please? Ani, Satyavati, Purnima.